In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how you can take any sample and turn it into an original idea through key changes, plug-in processing, and chopping in Logic Pro 10, so that you don't even have to know how to play an instrument to make a professional track. Hey, what's up? I'm EMBR with EMBR Productions, and I'm here to help you become a better producer by taking you to the next level with the little things. Yes, the little things do matter. And whether you're brand new to production or you've been in the game for a while, you should check out my free home studio toolkit where you can find the best gear and plugins to fill out your home studio. But hey, let's get right into building this out. So step one, I'm here in Logic, and the first thing we're gonna have to do is find a sample. Two major ways to find a sample are Splice and Arcade. But today we're going to be using Arcade, which is a subscription-based service that has a huge library of interactive samples, but you could use any sample for this process. Arcade is organized by lines, which are just different sound libraries. Today we're going to use Drip. We're going to use the Lover's Lab kit. So find a sample you're happy with by going through the sounds and then lay down the MIDI. Then you're going to quantize the MIDI by selecting the region and press Q. We're going to now bounce this sample to audio by highlighting the track and pressing Ctrl B and then pressing OK. Basically, we're doing this so that we are saving processing power so that we're able to chop up our sample later in the process. Step two, we're going to find a new key for the sample so that the sample is less recognizable. I'm going to go ahead and use Sound Shifter Pitch by Waves, but you can really use any built-in pitch shifting plugin. Now this step is very much so up to you, but there is no wrong answers. All you got to do is find a new key that resonates with you and then just commit to it. In my case, I went up 5 semitones, so that brings us up to A flat major. Now that we found a key that we're happy with, let's get right into where we make it our own with the plugin processing. So this is the most creative step, so I might be using plugins that you don't have, but use what you can because the idea is still the same. I will always start with EQing our sample. Basically, you want to cut out any frequencies that are unnecessary for our new sample and boosting the frequencies that we might like. The best way to do this with the channel EQ in Logic is with the Analyzer tab turned on so that you can see all the frequencies where your sample is living. Next, I went for reverb. I used Valhalla Vintage Verb and I set my mix to about 20% and the time to about 1 second. Then I used Infected Mushrooms Wider, which I actually highly recommend using. It's a free plugin. I would highly recommend downloading it. I use it in almost all of my sessions. Wider just takes our stereo image and draws it as far out as you want it with just one knob. Super simple, super effective, super cool sounding. This next plugin really helps take our sample even farther away from the original, and it's called Halftime. It takes the output of our audio and puts it into halftime. Pretty self-explanatory, right? But if you don't love the way that sounds fully in halftime, you can do what I did and mess with our mix knob. And we are now hearing both the halftime version and the real time, which layers for a super cool effect. And finally, I used Microshift by Soundtoys. Microshift gives you 3 different flavors of a classic stereo widening trick at the push of a button. So I went through some of their presets and I went for the Holy Shift preset. I also use this plugin all the time, so I definitely would recommend getting that one. Now that we're happy with our processing, let's bounce it to audio one more time by clicking Ctrl B over our new region. We want to do this one more time just to commit all of our plugins so that when we chop our sample, it stays true to the sound that we have created. On to step 4, chopping it up a bit. The 2 chopping techniques you need to become familiar with are rearranging and reversing. Rearranging is useful if you're trying to achieve the stutter effect. Move your playhead to anywhere on the region to chop, then press Command T to chop our region. Now you can duplicate this new smaller region using Command R anywhere you'd like to change up the flow and the feel of the sample. This technique sounds something like this in action. Another tool you can use is reversing a region. Over in the Information tab, you will see the reverse button, and all you have to do is highlight the region that you'd like to reverse and then click the box. This technique is fun to mess around with as you can chop small portions of your region and reverse them while keeping the other sections in real time. And make sure you crossfade that shit. By combining both of these techniques, this is how my sample turned out. And just like that, we got ourselves a brand new never heard before sample that you can build a whole song over. And yeah, that's all it takes. It's really that easy to create a professional and unique sound without even having to pick up an instrument. If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a good old dislike and unsubscribe from my channel and block all of my socials, which are listed right here. But also, if you're interested in building out your own home studio or expanding your plugin library, check out my home studio toolkit where I have a comprehensive list of all of my gear and plugins that I use. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.